Hello everyone, I'm Tommy with Studio Sense. Welcome back to my channel. I don't know, where you're viewing me from, hopefully from all over the world, but if you're here in the US and surrounding areas, everyone is concerned about the COVID-19, the coronavirus, so everyone is kind of like staying indoors. Schools, a lot of schools have canceled, a lot of colleges are now doing online classes, and I think even some TV shows are affected and not having actual studio audiences. Ton of things are changing and people are kind of nesting, right? They're staying at home instead of like going out and, but still there are some activities you can engage in that are gonna be safe. And obviously you have to get out and you get supplies for your family if you're not ordering for Amazon Prime, as a lot of people are doing. It's like all my neighbors. So you still wanna wear something that's gonna make you feel good, gonna make you smell good. And now it's gonna be activated by that high noon, that summer heat, the summer sun. One of my favorite summer bangers is what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to tell you about it here in just a moment, so stay tuned. Hey guys, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about Bvlgari Man Extreme, this silver and black summer banger. Now, this is a fragrance that I've been wearing for a few days today. I was actually going to do a list for you today, a fragrance list, but I'm saving that for tomorrow because I wore this today and I started thinking about it as I was wearing it. I thought, I really like this. I think this is a great summer fragrance and I wanted to share with you my thoughts on it today. Presentation for Bvlgari Man Extreme is really nice. You have a nice silver, shiny silver, looks kind of like metallic silver and black box, which follows true in the bottle as well. So you've got the Bvlgari Man. There's nothing on the top of the box. On the front, you got a little product information, nothing on the sides. On the very bottom, you have your batch code and your UPC, which is standard, and that's pretty much it. Now on the inside of the box, as is the case with all Bvlgari fragrances, I always like to show this because I think it's interesting to me. It's almost like those little silica packs that they use to keep moisture out of products when they're sitting on shelves for a long time, that they have to feel like they have to print out "do not eat," because humans are stupid sometimes and they tend to throw things in their mouths, whether they're small or large, that they shouldn't. And so they have taken it upon themselves to create a diagram on how to actually spray this, which is interesting. But hey, thanks for doing that. The bottle itself is the standard bottle, of same as all Bvlgari Man line bottles, which is really nice. This is the 100 ml bottle. If you look on the very top, you've got silver and white on the cap, which is really nice. And that cap having a little bit of a tactile seashell. It kind of looks like a seashell. I'll show you that. It's really neat. I like that. And then you've got, of course, you've got the Bvlgari in silver and black, and then the Bvlgari Man. Now there's a little bit of something interesting. If you stare really long, let me make sure it's right in the camera. If you stare really long at that A, notice what begins to happen. I'll try not to shake so you can see it clearly. Bet you never expected to see that in Bvlgari Man. Now we know who the man is in Bvlgari Man. That man is watching. And on the very bottom, last but not least, you have your batch code with some more product information on a sticker on the bottom. Very standard for the Bvlgari Man line. Now, Bvlgari Man is a fragrance that is created from the perfumer Alberto Morillas, who, as everyone by now knows, is responsible for Office, which is Jeremy Fragrance's Fragrance Army, yada yada. He's got Office for men, he's got Date for men, and now he's coming out with some other fragrances for women. At any rate, the same perfumer that created this was responsible for his fragrance, and I think that's what's leading a lot of people to believe that this smells like Office for Men. I'm here to tell you right now today, it does not smell like Office for Men. Does it have some characteristics that are similar? Absolutely. Just like a lot of fragrances out there have similar notes. Almost every fragrance has cardamom or ambroxan or amber similar notes. That doesn't mean they smell exactly the same. Does not at all smell like Office for Men. It is at its very best just reminiscent of that. But here's what it does smell like. Let's go over some of the notes in Bvlgari Man Extreme. In the top you have pink grapefruit, Calabrian bergamot, and cactus juice. That's right, cactus juice. And it does a lot for this. We're going to talk about that here in a moment. In the mid you have a floral freesia, you've got cardamom, and you've got that warm amber. Finally in the base you've got a similar warm benzoin, you've got vetiver, and then you've got some woody notes in there as well. So what do all these notes mean? What they mean is that it's created a fragrance that has blended itself, is so well blended. Oh my god, that top is so fragrant and citrusy. Now I've got this dry down, and this has been on my skin for about 3 to 4 hours now, and this of course I just sprayed, so I'm going to give you kind of the rundown of both. So when you first spray it, you get this burst of citrus, primarily from the pink grapefruit and the bergamot. Now the pink grapefruit has a really nice citrusy, but then it kind of folds within a somewhat little bit of a bitter or acidic smell, and it's intriguing, and I really like that. Now that's kind of straightened out by the bergamot, and then it's made arid by the cactus juice. I don't know if you've ever been in an environment that's been really warm, or somewhere out west, whether it's been Las Vegas or somewhere in California, and everyone has heard that I think it was first coined in the movie Alien, where the guy was like, yeah, but it's a dry heat. And someone said, it's super hot in here. Yeah, but it's a dry heat. It is true, dry heat is much different than the humidity-laden areas like Alabama and Mobile, Alabama, Miami, places like that. And that's what this makes you think of. It makes you think of a desert, like the cactus juice. It lends a kind of a dry, musky, arid, but still juicy. So it's a really neat contrast between the pink grapefruit, the floral note of freesia in there, rounding it out really well, with the arid cactus juice, making it a full-bodied, fresh. This is extremely fresh, extremely warm, and extremely bright in the open. Now what it dries down to is a very warm, woodsy, fragrant, freshy. So the only thing that I would say about this fragrance as a whole, when all is said and done, is that it is a little bit challenged when it comes to longevity. Now I'm not knocking it. I love the fragrance. I think it is a summer banger. The reason I call it a summer banger is because in high heat is when it's best utilized. Okay, so if you're wearing this and you begin sweating, or your body pushes off more heat because of movement and activity and being out in sun, whether it's humidity or arid regions of the US or the parts of the world that you live in, that's when this is going to show its legs. It promotes itself off the skin a lot better in high heat. So this is what we term a heat activated fragrance. So what are your expectations for longevity? Again, it's a heat activated fragrance. As such, you definitely want to wear it in a warm summer day or warm summer night, right? So that's where it's going to show its best legs. It's going to put forth its best fragrant effort to create a nice bubble around you, a nice projection bubble around you. Now projection on this, I do get a good 2 to 3 hours of projection. A good 2 to 3 feet projection is amicable for this fragrance. The longevity, again, you're gonna want to use it in heat. If this is used in cold weather, you don't get a ton of longevity. It pretty much dies down to a skin scent after about the 5th hour. Now 5 hours is pretty good in cooler weather, but in hot or heat, you're going to add at least another 3 hours to this. That's right, you get about a full 8 hours of this, at least I have, on hotter days. And so I really, really enjoy and highly recommend wearing this on spring and summer days where that heat gets up there a little bit. You're gonna notice it just rolls off your skin in the effective waves of fragrance. I really like Bvlgari Man Extreme. It is a spring and summer favorite of mine, and apparently a lot of people out there like it too. Now, if you haven't made a resource of Fragrantica yet, I highly recommend that if you go to fragrantica.com, I'll leave the link below. It's not really that you need it, because most of you already know the website. But if you peruse the website and you look up Bvlgari Man Extreme, a lot of people apparently really like this. They have like a voting section, and it will show how many people have voted and where this falls on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being the best, of course. This falls in place at a 4.15 out of 5, with over 1,095 votes, or not over, but I think it was right at 1,095 votes. That's a lot of votes. That's a high regard for this fragrance, and it's for good reason. So if you haven't gotten your nose yet on Bvlgari Man Extreme, I highly recommend it. If you know anything about Alberto Morillas, he has a direction in which he goes. No matter the direction that he takes you, whether it's floral or whether it's juicy or citrusy, he always brings it back home with a really nice mellow wood or amber base. And that's what I really like about this, is it falls true in the Bvlgari Man Extreme DNA. It's very, very similar. It is very, very fragrant. It is a fantastic spring and summer banger, and especially at the price, you can get this for well under $50. It does come in 100 ml and a 50 ml size. Well, that's it guys for my review of the Bvlgari Man Extreme in the Bvlgari Man line. I really like it as a spring and summer banger, and for the money, you really can't get much better than this. It is an economical wonder, so if you don't have it, I highly recommend going out and get it. If you've never smelled it and you smell other fragrances that Alberto Morillas perfumer has created, you'll probably like this, and I would say it's a safe blind buy. Does it smell like Office for Men? No. Office for Men is a super strong ambroxan bomb that melts down into a really nice, a really authentically pleasing, respectable, masculine fragrance. This does as well, but it has a completely different opening, a completely different dry down. It just happens to smell reminiscent of it and be made by the same perfumer. That's the only two things that it has in common with Office for Men. Thank you so much for watching me on my channel today. I really appreciate your support. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you next time.